Hey guys, I am back with a new Lost Ark video today. In today's video, I will be showing you guys my Gunlancer spec, PvP spec this time, and then we'll do a PvE spec for the next video. So if it's your first time here guys, it won't be your last time. Make MMORPG content. Give me a thumbs up, make sure you guys hit the sub button. Let's jump right into today's video. So we are here in Punika with my character, and we are obviously today gonna look at the PvP spec. So if you guys don't know, if it's your first time here, you'll be like, why are you showing your PvP spec? So I made a couple PvP videos, go check them out. And if you like the style of play that I do, or you're just looking for a spec that can help you guys out, hopefully this will do that. I'll try to explain why I use this spec too. We'll go into like the training grounds and show you a little bit of it. But here's the spec. So the stat points, the reason I have done it like this is you want to add a little bit of crit. On your character, you can have 1 to 10, and then domination, swiftness is debatable what you want to do with. So this is the way I run it: swiftness higher, and domination on 250. Now if you guys are wondering, yo Spid, what does swiftness and domination do, you guys can just read it right here. So I get higher movement speed. Gunlancer is pretty slow, and it gets skill cooldowns by 10%, so it's pretty nice. Now this is 10% because at 480, obviously if it's 750 it goes higher. And then you have domination, which is really good because it's how much damage you do to push or debuff foes, and in PvP that's going to be a lot of them, right? Staggered foes, so on, that's going to be constantly staggered or debuffed, so you'll do higher damage with domination. So that's the reason I run this. You can also run like 749 or 700 domination and then the rest swiftness, so it's up to you how you do your build. But this is the current build I'm running right now. And let's look at my skills. What do I have on my skills? So we have, first of all, charge stinger. Now I'm going to show you guys every single spec I've done. 232 a charge stinger. The reason for this is, like, again, I do higher damage to people that are push immune, which is a lot when you're playing PvP. And then you have on skill you can push immunity, so you have push immunity when you're using the skill, which is really helpful, so you don't keep getting staggered. And then you have this, so a lot of people use lightning charge, but I prefer this one. I'll show you guys later why. And it knocks the foe back, and everything that can knock people back, stun them, stagger them is a good PvP skill. So that is my charge stinger. And then let's go to the next one, which is the gunlance shot. The gunlance shot is also really nice. The charge stinger, what I like with it, I'll show you guys later, is the close distance. But let's go fast over the specs. So I'm using gunlance shot 321. Skill use, grant push immunity. You want to have that in PvP so you don't get staggered all over the place. And then you do more damage to push immune foes again. And then I have dash 4 meters and cause an explosion, dealing damage. So this is the what I use on gunlance shot. And now I have hook chain. Now hook chain is super important to have as a gunlancer. I know a lot of people don't use it, but having the ability to pull players in and then follow up with the stun and a huge damage, I'll show you the combo later, is very important. Right now I don't have anything on the hook chain. What you can do if you want to put points in hook chain is getting the AoE radius and the less cooldown is always good. Get that range to pull people in, but I don't have anything in it right now. Now we have surge cannon. Surge cannon is the highest damage attack that you have. So this is what I use on it. I have high explosive shot, overcharge, and then focus fire. As much damage as possible, basically. But so if you can pull this off, you'll do a lot of damage, which is really nice. That's my surge cannon, 332. Next up, we have the last little energy is to apply support for yourself and your team, so you can pop shields up. So what I'm using is cooldown faster, removes debuff effects on my teammates, and then creates a shield, which is really good. So this is why this might be my support skill, basically. Next up is the bash. The shield bash is very important because it is a really long stun, which will make you set up all your big damage attacks. So what I'm using for that is on hit, foes defense goes low, so I can do more damage to the foes, and it's good. Like if I have teammates that want to follow up extra damage, if you play team battlefield, they will have a lower armor basically. And then when I hit it, I get my attack damage boost, which is very important. I'll show you guys soon why. And then at the end is the AoE radius, basically how big the stun is. So you can also add like extra stun duration if you want to, but I like the range of it. Like I don't really need a longer stun because I can do my attack that I want to. That's my shield bash. Next up is the leap attack. Now I usually switch between this skill. I usually try leap attack, then sometimes I try shield charge, got that shield shock. This is the one skill that I switch out a lot, but lately I've been really liking leap attack because I have put direct hit in it, so I do damage when landing. And then I have throwing people in the air, and then leap that I charge high and do high damage and cause an earthquake and like an electrical field basically. So what this does is it actually helps me close distances, get away, help heal for my teammates, but also do some damage. And also people might use low shock, but I really like the big jump and the knockback that the leap attack does. So leap attack for sure, because usually the second one just gets interrupted. You jump once, then you get interrupted. That's the thing I don't like with leap attack thing. If you can get suddenly interrupted while using it a lot. Last but not least, we have the counter gun lance. Now the counter gun lance is very good. If you get good at using this, it can be really helpful for you. So try and master the counter. You can counter literally any attack, and if you get hit with it, so this is the spec I use a successful counter, attack power increased, weak detection, so when I actually counter somebody I do good damage, and then lightning strike spear. I used to use the barbarian spear, but I switched to lightning strike because when you actually do it successfully, you basically electrocute enemies, and then you can follow up with a huge attack, for example surge cannon or charge simulator. So that is my spec. Gonna look at it now. Let's go to the training grounds. Alright, so we are here in the training ground. Spawn a couple of mobs. So I have my spec right now, and then the usual combo that I like to do when in PvP is, for example, I told you about the chain, right? So you do the chain, you do the stun, and then stunned, and then you can do your surge cannon. This is a super effective thing to use. I use that a lot, and if you don't get interrupted by like their allies or by the enemies, you can pull off this. Yeah, you have to pay attention because some people might be immune right now. They like might be going yellow or something, and you can't use your chains. Make sure you save your chain. But this combo is really good to use overall. Now, my reason for the charge stinger is I like to close distance pretty fast. So like if you charge it up, you can go pretty far with the charge stinger. It does a lot of damage. So when you're like out of a line of sight and you want to close distance and then hit him really hard with a knockback, is very nice to close distance. You can also again do combos, right? Like for example, let's do a stun here, and then you can follow up again with the surge cannon, but also with the charge stinger. So you can either choose if your surge cannon is a cooldown or charge stinger is a cooldown. You can actually switch, and this will be your high damage skills. Now your third highest damage skill will be the Gunlancer shot. Now the Gunlancer shot is also very good because it throws them up, it like knocks them back and does a really nice hit. So I like to use that one too. Now there's it's very effective. Like you can use it pretty quickly, right? You have somebody chase you, you can just switch back, look at them, and just use the Gunlancer shot. Use no charge up or nothing. It's a really nice skill to have since most of my damage skills are charge up. It's just a big hit backwards, so it works pretty good. Now the other ones are self-explanatory, but let me show you guys the leap attack. Now if I aim the leap attack, I can aim it right on top of me. Just a nice hit with a huge knockback for the enemies in the AoE circle. So if you can catch them all, you can knock them back. Very good to peel for your allies and stuff. Now let's try use the counter, so I guess I can show you guys how the counter actually works. Let's summon 3 enemies right here. That was a misclick. I bad fingered. Get them up again. Let's actually let's kill these because I want to show you guys with full HP, right? There you go. Oh, I forgot I don't have the spec on right now because of I'm in here, so I don't have the PP spec on. But usually it's supposed to stun them, so it'll be like electrify them, so it'll be like almost like a bash, and you can follow it up if you counter successfully with like a huge surge cannon. Now when I use surge cannon, you guys can see I'm not holding it in for very long because most scenarios when you're PvPing, you will never be able to use your surge cannon like that. You'll always be interrupted if you hold it longer than once. So usually when I do, it's enough damage too. Like if you hold it just one, let me show you guys. Spawn. This is 3 enemies we're doing, but we get a nice pull on all of them somehow. Get a nice stun on all of them, and then 1 is all I do. 1 bar, because longer than that, they're mostly gonna get away, and your stun won't be longer. Now you can possibly hold it longer if you have like a longer shield bash stun, but I wouldn't advise you to. So that is basically how my game plays. I forgot to show you, I don't use Guardian Protection. I use the Lance. The Lance does more damage. The only nice thing about Guardian Protection is it does damage and stuns them, so you can possibly also do a Surge Cannon hit, and it gives you a defensive stance. It's up to you, but I really prefer the damage of Lance of Judgment. I'm really good at getting away and not getting too much like CC or struggle with my health. So I usually use Lance of Judgment. It's a very big hit. Here you guys. And usually there's an animation to it so people can get out. So if you can get a stun before you use it, it's huge, you know, just like that. If you get all three in there, do that damage, is very good. Now as a Gunlancer, what I would say is if you do team deathmatch, for example, if you can hold your damage to about like 350k, you're doing a really good job. And if the enemy is focusing you, mostly you're also doing a good job. Again, you're kind of like the support DPS, right? You peel a lot, you want the enemy to focus you, you're pretty slow, and then your allies, basically your teammates, have to do a lot of work. But if not, you can also output a lot of damage. If I don't get focused in a game, I can output 400 to 500k damage pretty easily, right? So it's up to you. So this is my spec. I know a lot of people use different things, so I'll show you guys that too. This is my spec, but some people like to also run dash upper fire, which is pretty good because it does like a double knockback attack and does damage. They will replace either charge stinger with it. Actually just charge stinger is what you can replace with it, or you can possibly also replace the leap attack with it too. So then you have like 3 damage skills, because it's really nice. It's also like a fast, you don't have to like load up. So the people that don't like to always run charge stinger and surge cannon because it's 2 long casting skills where you have to charge it, you usually get interrupted, but I like to do so. You just have to time it better, right? You can use charge upper fire. You can also use, a lot of people use the shield charge to get away, or like just be annoying and push people into the walls and stuff. It's pretty nice. So both shield charge and dash upper fire is a skill that you can be using, so you want to try that out. But that is it. That is my spec video. I think I went through basically most of it, right? I went through everything that you guys need to know about PvP. Now I'll be making more PvP videos, give you some tips and guys on that. So make sure you guys give me a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe. If it helped you guys, let me know in the comments below. If you guys agree or disagree, also tell me in the comments. But I'd love to see hear about your specs and what you guys do differently and how you guys play. But that is it for me, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.